Y'all checked out the heavyweight fight, right? Both of them.
Good fight.
Yeah. I watched the highlights.
I was happy about it. I was happy that I checked that one out.
Hey, I'm gonna do my disclaimer for this, and then I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. But I have a hard time watching the heavyweight division. I have a hard time outside of Deontay Wilder, outside of Tyson Fury, outside of the other two big names, Luis Ortiz
AJ.
and AJ, Anthony Joshua. I think there's a humongous gap between those guys and the other guys coming up, like Joyce, and even though Dubois, how do you say his name? Dubois. Even though Dubois lost the fight, I those guys, just think it's a humongous gap between those guys, and so it's hard for me to give the division a chance most times, especially coming from where I come from, the classic fights that I've seen, a heavyweight, and just seeing again a humongous gap even between the big names and the greats that we've had over the years. And so when y'all said y'all was watching, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just let them report this fight.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting matchup. Obviously, Joyce is comfortably the older guy there, but Dubois, and Ant can correct me if I'm wrong, Dubois was definitely landing the bigger shots. But I don't think that dude moved his head out of the way of one jab the entire night.
Yeah, it was. And Shawn, he wasn't even hitting with a 1-2. He was hitting with a 1 all night.
Yeah.
One.
That's
one,
what I saw in the
one,
text.
1.
Yeah.
1-2. 1 all night.
Yeah.
I just swelled up.
And I'm like, dude, it's not like Joyce was giving him like crazy angles or he was throwing great combinations. He was throwing the same shot over and over and over, and it's shutting your eye. And there's no head movement. There's no getting off the line.
Let me jump in. How do you feel, and maybe it got better, but how do you feel about Joe Joyce's jab?
Solid jab.
It was 150% accuracy.
Did it get better? So. I watched the first round. I'm sorry, but this is me. He reaches with his jab. He's up on his toes with his jab, and his jab is more of a touching paw. Now, that was only the first round that I watched.
Hold on, Shawn. I thought it was touching too?
Yeah.
Till I started seeing that eye.
And so it got better as the fight continued. Because after I watched,
it was just...
It just was one of those touching jabs like that.
Yep, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah,
I think it was just consistency, just over and over and over and over. But yeah, and it ends up. And I thought Dubois was up for me in the fight because, like I said, there were a couple times where he was getting some big shots off and was kind of the tide seemed to be turning towards him. And then that jab, he just kept getting hit with it, and then ends up. I think it was the 10th round. He takes a knee and was donezo.
And Joe don't got great power. He reminds his power reminds me of your power at welterweight. Not the greatest, but it's gonna do the job. Look at Earl face after the fight, and it was just like it wasn't. If he had some power behind it, I think he gets that guy out there way sooner.
Wow!
But it was just consistent, man. Consistent. It was like in the same spot. I never seen nobody land the same spot over and over and over.
Target.
With a 1, not a 1-2, a 1.
Just a jab.
And I don't understand that in his corner. I just don't understand how you're not saying, "Hey, get your hand up there specifically." If anything, it's going to maybe mess with your offense and it's going to be a little wonky on defense and you might open your body up a little bit more. But, dude, just have that glove right there and just block that one shot. But, yeah, that was I actually like – I don't know about you, Ant, but I actually loved the venue. I thought the venue was nice. It's like
that was a clean setup.
Yeah, it was a little – I think it was a ballroom of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crisp little setup there, but I thought the fight
was castle type deal in the background. It was cool.
Were they
people on the top?
Were they in London?
Yeah, it was right next to. They kept saying it's right across from one of the landmarks there. I don't know. I can't think of which one I want.
Hey Carson, I thought you were about to say it was right across the street from 7-Eleven. There's a 7-Eleven out there. I was about to say, you been to London?
Yeah, just right around the corner over there.
Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.